The story time with essential oils for moms. I am back with an amazing story. I'm just really excited for you to hear from this girl. She is an awesome wife, a mother, just rocking her business, and she has a couple of really awesome oil stories that I'm going to let her share with you. So I'm Bonnie Donahue, and this is going live on our Essential Oils for Moms Facebook page, and I also blog at bonniedonahue.com, and I just love coming in here and sharing amazing stories of these beautiful, hardworking, passionate women who are literally changing the world, like one drop at a time, right? But one ripple effect. Mm-hmm. going, and I just love highlighting these women. So today I have on here Kelli Armstrong, and she's just full of energy, full of great stories and information and passion. And so I cannot wait for you to get to know Kelli. So Kelli, welcome. Thank you
so glad to be here. I'm so excited.
Yes, I'm so happy that you're here, and I'm just so excited. I know people want to hear from you and hear your stories. So, and compliantly, of course, right?
Yes, right.
You have really amazing stories. So I'm just gonna kind of give you the mic and let you kind of share your story and about your family, where you're from, and how you got into oils.
I'm a mom of four. I have 4 stair steps. So I have a 8, 6, 5, and 2-year-old. We live now in Dallas. We live in Dallas, Texas. I was about to say Dallas, Georgia, because I got married there, but we've been all over. We move quite a bit. We move every couple years.
We're like the same. 4 kids moving.
Yeah.
Who's are coming tomorrow? I'm like, we get it. We're insane together.
Yeah. It's crazy. We just came. We spent a couple years in Nashville, and so now we're here. Hey, but anyways, I started using. Let me be honest. I actually am a nurse by trade, and I worked triage a lot. And so patients would come in and say that they use essential oils, and I thought they were nuts. I mean, they would use them for all kind of stuff, and it would just be like, she uses oils. Type. So it took me a really long time, to start to do research on them. Mm-hmm. I just wasn't a believer. Western medicine was kind of my thing. And then I got desperate. Yep. I just had some health crises, and nothing was working. Yep. And the more they would prescribe medicines, the worse I felt. It was awful. So, I am sold out to them. I'm so grateful because, it's something that God put on this earth. I mean, the plants are natural. It feels like our bodies accept them easier than any, medications that I have ever, taken before. And thank God for medicines. I'm not saying that we don't have a need for them, but just for me, it was just like this snowball effect where I kept getting sicker and sicker. So, I was introduced when I first started them. I didn't use them for any type to address any issues at all. I use them strictly to clean with. Yep. And then I have severe head tension, chronic tension, always have had it for years. And I had taken everything known to man, and someone said, why don't you use some peppermint oil? And I had actually signed up and got a kit with another company that is well known, and they worked okay. But the peppermint did work, but it was kind of like the light bulb started going off in my head, like maybe there's something to this. And so some time went on, and I saw actually Nikki Lynn talk. I had followed her for probably through my last 3 babies, and she, yeah.
You already shared her video, so hopefully people were able to watch her video.
Yeah. But I had actually, it's funny thing, I had sent her a message about, I had bought something from her, like a hat for my daughter before she was born, or I don't remember. It's been so long, but I had kind of said something to her about essential oils. And at that time, I had kind of I was using cheap stuff for this or that. And I started to dabble a little bit in, well, maybe there's something to it. Maybe I can use them for my head tension or for seasonal issues. But I just wasn't getting the results, and I wasn't getting the results from the other company that I had signed up with. And she said, why don't you use, she suggested, I think it was past tense, and mind blown. Used it, and it was instant relief.
Right here.
Yep. I got some right here. That is in my purse constantly, okay?
Yeah.
I cannot live without this stuff. This is like magic in a bottle. I don't know. And I've tried, there's a lot of other good ones. And copaiba oil, I use a lot of things, but this for me is kill shot. Yep. Done. Put it on, over with, move on with my life. And I'm telling you, it was so debilitating for years dealing with it. So, I mean, it would take me out. I'd be on the couch all day, not being a great mom, you know? So that was when I went, something's different about this company's oils. There's something to this. So the second thing was, we had a conversation about my son, and my son for years had sleep issues. Never slept. 7 years old, didn't sleep through the night. I'm a 7-year-old. Okay. I mean, I was on the edge of my mind because he would wake up with night terrors. It was terrible. And, she had used this for sleep with her kids, and it's Serenity. You know, I'm sure everybody's talked about this at one point or another, but I diffused this, and I put a diluted drop on my son, the back of his neck, and diffused it, and he never woke up again. Do you hear me, Bonnie? Ever. That was it. Done. Over 7 years, never. And the wonderful thing that I've noticed about using oils is that it's not a dependency. You don't replace other things for this and say, well, I'm going to have to use this for the rest of my life. I find that it addresses certain issues and they go away. And I don't know if that is.
It's huge. Yeah.
I don't know if that is because we're getting off of synthetic things that are causing more issues. I don't know what it is. But there's a lot of things. We've had skin issues that we used to have that we don't have anymore. Right. We've had, seasonal issues and that we've had that were awful, where we were totally 100% dependent. I used to take a medication that begins with a Z something D, where you take it for seasonal issues every day. I took a box a week. My husband, I would call him and I would say, bring home this medication for seasonal issues, and then bring home a bottle of Tums. I'm just going to say that one, a bottle of Tums and some stuff for GI stuff, because the more I took all these medicines, I was dependent. I was like, I can't live without it. I'm going to wake up. My head's going to be killing me. I'm going to be sneezing and whatever. So I started weaning. I started making an oil, which I keep these in my purse all the time. I made an oil for seasonal issues, okay? And roll it on the back of my neck, got up and started weaning. I just started breaking stuff in half. And then the next day I would only take a fourth, you know, and then I was just using the oil. And suddenly I'm not waking up. I'm not going outside dying. My eyes aren't watering. I'm not sneezing constantly. I'm not having head tension all day long, every day, you know? And the only time that we really have issues is like now when there's a ton of pollen, because I have another son that has issues. So I feel like it's freed us, you know, in a way from being in bondage to things, you know. So that's my story, you know, and I have so many more, like I have skin issues. I started having a lot of autoimmune stuff. So especially with my gut. And then I had some skin issues that started, and sometimes that goes hand in hand, that are on my feet. They call it a Palmer plant or something, okay?
This girl, so compliant.
Yeah, but it was disfiguring. And there's pictures, I'm sure, Bonnie, you can link the pictures to somewhere, but disfiguring. It was awful. My feet would crack and bleed. It was very, very... I saw the question. Hold on. I'll answer you in 1 second, Kristen.
We can put your blog. We can put the link to it in the comments too.
Okay.
When we get there. We're done.
It was horrible. It was hard to work out. I would buy boxes of these like Band-Aids for blisters every week. Yep. And so I started playing around with different oils. And it's funny because one of the products that I was going to talk about today was the first one that I used on my feet. So I love their skincare line. This is it right here. Okay. It's Virage. There's a serum in here that basically is like Immortelle, but it has like macadamia oil, I think, in it. And I started like, well, what the heck? I'm going to use it on my feet. Now, this is after me going through steroids, oral stuff, UV lamps. I was desperate. Okay. So I started using a drop of this on my feet, and my feet started healing within a week.
Put that close to your face because they can't see it.
Can they see?
Yeah, now they can. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So I used to drop with the Immortelle. This is the serum portion of it. And you don't, I tell people all the time, well, they're like, I just get the serum. It's not cost effective. Just get the whole kit. It's cheaper if you get everything all together. And you really, if you're going to use this on your face, plus that's another testimony I have of my skin, which is another picture you can put up, but night and day different with my skin. And you really got to get everything and use all the steps every day, because I've cheated before and been like, well, this is the magic stuff, and so I'm just going to use that. It's not. You really have to get everything that comes in the kit.
Your pictures, because they need
it's totally the puffiness, the lines. I look like an old lady. I mean, I had turned like 42, and it was like the gas went out on all the collagen and everything. It's just like, I don't know what happened. And I don't know if it was I had babies every 21 months. I was always nursing. I don't know, but
it's a lot. It's all a lot. Yeah.
So I started using, and the crazy story about that is, this is going to blow your mind. Those pictures, I started Immortelle. I started Virage on like a Tuesday. And this is after I had used, someone else's premium skincare line that's really big. That's another network marketing something. So people probably know what that is. It's very expensive. And I was like, I'm done with using not natural products that have bad things in them. So I started this after using that on a Tuesday. That picture is the following Tuesday, Bonnie.
I'm going to see if I can post that. Like
the following Tuesday, do you hear me? It was like 7 days. That's it. That's it. The swelling was gone. Everything was plump. It was unbelievable. And so I haven't gone back. I tell people all the time, and for the price, it's like a fourth of the price for this stuff. Okay. And this is something like, I get this on my LRP. This comes every month. I can't live without it. So anyways,
using it on their feet. I'm really.
Oh yeah. But if you look at this, these are, for the price, this is crazy expensive oils. This has frankincense in it, Hawaiian sandalwood, lavender, myrrh. I mean, these are like heliochrysum, rose oil. I mean, are you kidding? So like, I was like, well, what's in here is like the premium oil. This is like, part of Immortelle in a bottle. So I was like, this has got to work. So anyways, but since then, if you look at the picture, I have a recipe, and my feet got probably like 60% better. But then I started in November, we moved here, and I got a virus, and I started having all of these really bad autoimmune stuff, and it came back even worse than it was before. And so there's another advocate that posts a recipe for stress skin issues. I can't say what but it's stress issues. And it had juniper berry in it. And something about juniper berry, when I smell it, they said your body will call to oils, or you'll be like, it just speaks to you if your body needs it. And something about that juniper berry oil, I don't know. I put that in there, and I can't remember. It's on the recipe. I think it's Roman chamomile. I think I put some blue tansy, and I put it in a skin protectant. And in 1 week, those pictures, that's 1 week. It was like they started healing. And in a month, I have like normal feet. I have not had a pedicure until 2 weeks ago for 3 years. 3 years. And it's like, you can barely tell that there's anything wrong with my feet. It's like 95% resolved. And that was like,
I just tried on my phone quickly posting it, but it wouldn't let me since I was on live. So I'll post that because you have it in your blog and everything.
Yeah.
So I'll
yes.
there. And what is your blog so people can find it?
So it's momsavinggrace.com. And it's like one S. So Mom Saving Grace. There was another mom. So
I love it.
So anyway, like I could go on and on about the products, but like this for me, like someone was asking what I use for seasonal issues. So, I use a combination of, and actually I got that recipe from you, Bonnie. It's lavender, peppermint, tea, melaleuca. What else is in it?
Lavender, peppermint.
Peppermint, lemon, and
Oh,
lemon.
yeah.
Lemon, and then I think there's one more thing, and I don't know if it's Frank. I think it's Frank. And it's 10 drops of each in a rollerball. So that's what I started with for seasonal issues. I just recently saw someone do a class, and they said that I think it's limonene content in wild orange is almost higher than lemon oil. Now I haven't checked that.
Is that tangerine or is that? I've heard them both.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did a blend of wild orange, and they said rosemary oil is good for seasonal issues.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I use, yeah, that's it. Nick just popped up. Yeah, it's eucalyptus. That's the other one. Yeah. Anyways, so I just made a blend for my son, and using the wild orange and the rosemary.
Those are beautiful. Those sound beautiful.
Together, they smell really good. Now you have to dilute it. Because rosemary on the skin can be, I don't know, but it's just, you have to dilute it. And rosemary is a real strong oil. You don't need a lot of it. I think I only put 5 drops of each, and it's been working wonderful for him. So stops his itchy eyes and everything. Yeah. So that's some of my favorite stuff. I can't live without this one. This is Deep Blue for so I have a pinched nerve in my neck, and this is one I can't live without. But I did want to say, right around November when we moved here, I just started losing it. I don't know if it's the stress of the multiple moves over and over. I lost my mind.
I hear you. Yes.
I had lost my mind, and I got some sort of weird viral illness, and I got they didn't know. At first they were like, oh, it's Lyme disease. I had thousands of dollars worth of tests. Okay. I started having
I believe it.
Weird, my muscles twitch. I was insanely anxious, nut job. It was bad. I was I would get in the shower in the morning just to calm my nerves to deal with the kids. I was almost having agoraphobia dropping them off. It was just I have no idea. And it was all after I had this cold virus. I was terribly, really bad vertigo, and this went on for 8 weeks, and they kept doing tests, and I finally had to be okay, I got to go back to the basics. I got to stop. Enough testing. They're not finding anything, and if they look long enough, they'll find something. But I'm a real believer. I have a strong faith, and I was God is a healer, and He made our bodies to heal. And let me go back to the basics. And I saw a testimony from Lisa Zimmer, and her symptoms were so dead on kind of what I have, except that I believe mine was a post-viral syndrome. And she said that she started using DDR Prime on her feet. So that's another favorite of mine. I'm sorry, Bonnie, am I going too long? I'm sure I'm sorry.
This is awesome. We have a lot of people on watching, and they're commenting like crazy. So awesome. Yeah, and if you guys are listening, give her some love in comments.
Yeah. She started using DDR Prime on her feet. And she said that she started having healing after using that and balance oil. I made a roller ball of that. And it was within a week, the vertigo started subsiding. The dizziness started subsiding. All the weird symptoms I was having, things that those anxious feelings I was having started calming down. So I still don't know why, but I used that. And then the other lifesaver I had was peace oil. I would roll it down my spine. I would have my husband and I would get out of the shower, and I would roll it down my spine, and I would use Forgive with it. Now, I don't know. It's kind of weird because I said I was so frustrated being a mom and having so much going on and having so many kids running around and not being able to function that. So it kind of came to me, let me use Forgive because I want to forgive myself. You know what I mean? And let it go. That things this is a healing process, and it's not, I have to trust God in this, and that I can't be everything for everybody all the time. And sometimes there's downtime. And if this is how God is putting me on my knees, then this is it for me. And so I would roll peace and Forgive. And I would just be it was like within minutes, it would just ease it just felt overwhelming, and it just took the edge off so I could make it through. And I'm so grateful. It was a hard time, up until the beginning of the year, but I'm grateful to God for it because it changed my life, So that's kind of like, all of those things were kind of like what snowballed for me to be an advocate. I was already an advocate at the point in November. And for that reason, because I want to give moms and families another option, that when other conventional methods don't work, there's something else out there for you, and it's all natural, and there's few side effects, if any. That you have something else. When your budget is tight and you're like, how do we keep going back to the doctors for this, that, or the other? We've had times where, like, for example, my daughter she is very bothered by antibiotics, and she has recurrent ear issues. And when they put her on antibiotics, she's sick for a long time. It tears her up, and not even probiotics get her on track. And so I started using a blend for ear issues, and I would take her to her physician. They would look in the ears. They say she has an ear issue, and I would roll it on, 2-3 times a day, and take her back to make sure it was clear, and it would be gone. Okay. So I just want people to know that there's something else out there. You can support your family in a different way, And so that was the heart of it for me. I didn't get into this. We're blessed, and I didn't get into this like I'm going to make $1 million, but I wanted to reach moms, especially moms that were at home that deal with things like, nervousness and melancholy, the emotional oils. You see this is what comes with me every day. Can you guys see that? Cheer oil, every day, all the time. That's when I put on. Hope oil is another favorite of mine. And they have it has a spiritual aspect to me. I put these on and I say my prayers, and I'm believing and hoping God that, He's got me covered. So, I just wanted to spread that, Sorry of how I got there, how I got here.
Passion and faith and energy. Wow. The comments are just seriously going crazy.
It's funny about Nikki.
You are helping so many people. She has helped people. So
Nikki, and if as a mom considering doing something like this, especially when you're considering something to do for like an extra income or whatever for your family, or to be your main income, there are a lot of things out there, and a lot of things will come and go. People are always going to need essential oils, always. Yep. This is not going away. This is like, matter of fact, get on the train now. Because you find
without you. Yep.
Yep. Because you find more and more places that have really crappy oils, and people buy them, which just drives me nuts. But so you want to get on this now. But the other thing is, doing this for me was so much bigger than selling oils. It is a ministry. And you will find most people who are doing this want to help people. They have these weird issues that no one ever knew what was wrong with them. And they have these major testimonies about what has happened in their lives. And I just want to say, like, it has made me grow in ways that I did not expect, that have nothing to do with being an advocate. Being in this and having other people in my downline to care about and to take care of has made me grow personally. It has made me grow in organization. It has made me grow in ways in my family that I did not expect. Oh my gosh, I want to cry about it, because I'm telling you, in some ways, just who I am as a person has grown. I have always been extremely insecure, didn't want to approach people about anything. I'm outgoing personality, but I'm kind of like an introvert. This has pressed me to get over it and to know that I am loved, and to stretch myself in ways that I would have never done had I never done this. I can't say enough the personal development that this company, you know, encourages, not requires you, but encourages us to do, not only from you, Bonnie, and from Nikki, who's my upline. Also, it just stretches you and grows you in ways that manifest themselves. They just trickle down to my kids. It's crazy. So if you're thinking about doing, you know, being an advocate, do it. You'll never regret it. I had signed up to sell for another large MLM, and I didn't, you know, have this kind of experience, and we're like family. So, you know, come on board. We'd love to have you. And know that it's ministry work. It really is, you know.
Love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kelli.
You're so welcome. I'm sorry I've talked so much, but you know, if you're waiting to try oils, you guys got to try them. They really will change your life, you know.
I love it. And like, you are going to change the world.
Oh, I hope so.
I love it.
I hope so. Well, thank you
So much
for having me on today.
Awesome. I'm going to post your blog in the comments and probably above in the header part too. And I just want everyone to share the story. And Kelli, can you say again your blog and where they can find you?
It's Mom Saving Grace. So it's MOM Saving Grace. So not like moms with 2 S's. MomSavingGrace.com. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Have shown this is a great episode. You're inspiring a lot of people, and you're not alone. They all had the same feelings as you. So
okay, great.
Sharing your heart. All right, everyone, I will be back. I have 2 more videos later on today. All right, thank you.
Bye. Bye, thank you.